What's going on, guys? Nanu Garage. In today's video we are installing a brand new intake on Cadillac CLA's car right over here. So it used to have the AEM intake on, which is a really good one. However, the new one is a carbon fiber intake that's going to look super epic. It's going to look really cool. So this is what it is, the intake that he has. It's an Arma Hyperflow Carbon Fiber Cold Air intake. So it does look pretty cool, and it's $810, so it's a pretty expensive one. And the AEM was around like 300 bucks, so it's quite the upgrade having this one over here. So you can see like all the parts and stuff for it right over here. And the old intake right here, this is the old AEM intake we were rocking with. So this was an absolute pain in the ass to install. The AEM intake, it took forever, and you have to do a lot of things with the AEM intake. We'll see how difficult the installation of this one is. I don't think it's going to be too hard, but just starting off, we have our ECU taken out of the brackets over here, and it's sitting over here. Be very careful when you're unclipping these. If it's not coming out, just be patient with it. So we have the ECU out, and we're gonna put it onto this piece right over here. It's gonna clip onto, so we'll just start installing it, and I'll show you guys the process and everything. All right, so we just took the original intakes out already, and as you can see, we have the box right over here in the new carbon fiber box with our ECU. And the way it works is we have our box, and there's three little rubber things down over here. There's one, and right underneath here there's two on this side. Right underneath here there's a second one, and then a third little rubber thing right through there. So once you get it aligned with these three rubber things, you just stick it down at each corner and put it in. All right, guys, so check it out. This is one of the biggest pain pieces about doing an intake on any intake on a Mercedes CLA, and that is this piece right over here sits like this. And this piece gets in the way of literally every project you'll do on your CLA. And I kid you not, downpipe I was struggling because this part was in the way, and intake, and the amount of hours you spend working around this, it's worth it to just take it out. So this silver piece right over here, this silver piece slips right over here, and then this goes in front of it, and then the screw goes in. So be careful that this doesn't fall out when you unscrew this right over here. This is a 13mm socket that you're going to use for that. So 13mm, take that out right over here. And this one right over here is a 10mm socket. So a 13 and a 10. So the 10, you can just loosen this and throw it up, and then you can finally fit it in. This is seriously, I hate this part so much with a passion. All right, so check it out. This intake right over here, the two screws that I told you to unbolt over here. This plastic piece, you're going to lift it up and slide this underneath it. Otherwise, it's not going to go over because these little triangle things. But I'm going to unscrew this middle one too, because it's going to be easier to lift up on this other side. So now, if you're able to check it out, I'm going to slip it in. So I'm just pulling up on this piece right over here, and it should just slide right in just like that. And then you can reinstall the screws right over here. So I'm just going to test fit the box in right now. So that's the way you do it, and then screw the screws back in. So now this is fitting really well. And as you can see, this part, we can put it down. Now that it's in, you can put it back down and assemble it back together. Because as you can see, this part right over here where it's kind of scratched, that's where it's rubbing all along there, that piece. So definitely do move that out of the way. That's literally saves so much time. All right, so now that little hole right down over here on the silver bracket, we're gonna stick a zip tie through, and then through one of the holes on this side, and bring it around and fasten it that way. So this is fastened with two zip ties and one screw. Then also another note is the wiring harness has enough room to slide right behind this over here. So you can do it before or after you put the airbox in. Just gently lift up on it and slide the harness neatly back over here, so it'll look really neat. And that's the best part to fit it, because it's not going to go underneath and reach. All right, guys, so check it out. Now we're with the next little issue, which is the circumference of this is a little bit too large to fit inside of here. So maybe we're going to try to heat it up or something. All right, so check it out, guys. Got it all together. This was really a huge pain to put in because it just wasn't fitting that nice. So we got our blow dryer right over here, and putting a blow dryer on here, really heating this up, helped a lot. I heard you could use Vaseline on it, but I didn't really want to put anything on the inside of here. Use a blow dryer, heat it up. as much as you can. Just go over it for like 2-3 minutes. Make sure you get a glove so you can hold this end and pull this end, push this end in. So it's all pushed in now, looking all good. We got our ECU all over here just tightened down, looking really nice. Got the cover on, and we are just putting, the third screw is missing, which goes over here, but we put our 1 and 2 screws right over there. So I'm just tightening it down with this. Then we're gonna fire up the car and see if we notice any difference with the new intake. And I'm excited to see if there's like an audible noise difference. All right, so just when I thought I was done, guys, we ran into a big problem. It looks like, I really don't know what's up with these intake manufacturers, why they have to make everything so precision fit. They literally could make little corrections to make it so much easier on people, but they decided to just be annoying about it. So this was too big, and the ECU was too high as a result of this being too long and too high up on these brackets down here. So it's hitting the hood every time I shut it, which completely sucks. So I went ahead and I went down to the hardware store, and instead of having the long black piece over here, I ended up shortening this piece right over here. And then I ended up adding spacers right over here for the bracket that the ECU mounts onto. So the bracket's longer, and this compensates, this silver piece down here compensates for that room that we lost, or the room that we gained. So we're not using that black piece, so it's not going to sit up higher. So now that we have the spacers in this piece, it looks like the ECU fits well in here. So then we're going to put everything back together and install it and hope that that fixes the issue. All right, so check it out. Got the ECU back on inside of here, latched on. Then we got it zip tied right here and right over here. So it's pretty tight. It's not going anywhere. It's really stuck with the box. And I did double check underneath, and it's touching nothing right under here. So the spacers did work. It looks like it, because the hood does shut now. All right, guys, we finally got the intake on. It literally took like 3 hours just to get the custom fitting situated. But what I ended up doing is putting the 2 spacers before on the bracket to make it longer. And then instead of having that long black piece that goes into that rubber grommet down over there, we ended up just making our own and using a metal spacer that we got from Ace Hardware. So anyways, we're not down with it. So I'm going to have Crazy CLA now start up the car. Look at that, hood shuts perfect. So glad it finally shuts. Man, let's go hop up in here for a drive. All right, so here we are out on the road now with the Mercedes CLA. Is fully warmed up now. And one thing we have noticed about the car already is there's probably no performance difference, but one thing we have noticed is that with this intake, you can hear so much more turbo noise. What do you think? Same performance?
Alright, I think in terms of performance, there's no difference between the AEM and the arm speed. However, you can tell that you can hear the turbo spool a little bit more, and sort of the air sort of whoosh a lot better with the this carbon fiber intake rather than the AEM. And I think the reason for that is because the AEM is in a sealed box, and even though that the this carbon fiber one is in a sealed box as well, there's still passage for the air to get in and out of it, because it's not really sealed. It's more of a bolted on carbon fiber box.
Hear it so much more. It's way more noticeable, the difference with the turbo noise coming from the intake. I hope you guys saw that flame right there. That was so sick. Also, make sure you guys click on the pop-up banner right over here to see another video of his car shooting flames during the night, and my friend and I doing donuts in his 350Z, which was super cool and fun. So definitely do browse the channel because we have so much awesome content on his car. It's really epic. That guy over there was looking at me. He's like, what the heck? Why is this guy talking to a freaking camera? I don't know, man. The new intake does make a big difference over the AEM intake. If you have no intake on your car right now, I really do highly recommend getting one, because with the intake, after driving his car, even with the AEM one, that has the most noticeable difference on any of the mods he's had. That and the turbo kit's intercooler. So definitely do make sure you guys get an intake if you have a Mercedes CLA. It is definitely worth it, that mod and the turbo kit's intercooler and a Project A tune. Like, that setup is just so awesome. His setup is really cool, so definitely do watch the video on the pop-up banner right up over here, and the other videos on his car go over the mod list and stuff like that, and some point of view driving videos in his car, and I have some videos on his exhaust setup too. So definitely browse the channel and look at all the videos on his car, because they are all super epic. So if you guys enjoyed today's YouTube video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. So much stuff going on the car very soon. He's getting bags very soon for the car installed, and some new 3-piece wheels in the future. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see all y'all in the next video. Peace. 1, 2, 3.